Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jackie, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you have seen some of my videos in the past, I am sorry for such a long hiatus. I'm pretty sure it's been like over a year since I've made a video, so basically I'm starting all over. The reason I wanted to do this video is because I felt like last year when I started this channel and started uploading things, I never sat down and talked to you guys about who I am and have you guys get to know me so that we could really connect and become like friends. So I did this video of me getting ready and doing this very simple makeup look. I am not a beauty guru, so please don't comment on like my lack of makeup skills because girl, I already know. But I had you guys get ready with me while I chatted with you about myself basically, which I'm going to warn you in advance that it is very rambly and a lot of it doesn't make sense, but that's how I would talk to my friends anyway, so I feel like that's pretty genuine, so you'll see what I'm really like in person. I wanted this to be my comeback video so that you can get to know me and then basically get ready with me just because I wanted to have something to do instead of just sit and talk to you guys, because one, I feel like I would get nervous just talking to you guys like this, like I am right now, and then two, it's just something for you guys to watch while you listen to me talk about myself. So if you would like to get to know me and see how I achieved this very simple makeup look, please keep watching. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my everyday makeup look. I'm gonna actually go one like notch higher than everyday and do a little bit more of a dramatic look than what I would wear to work, but nothing like going out makeup or anything. I'm just gonna like add highlight and stuff because I don't normally wear that to work just because I don't think it's necessary. And then I'm probably not going to talk to you guys through the process step by step because I'd rather focus on talking to you about myself and getting to know and having you guys getting to know me. But if for some reason I like really love something, then of course I will talk to you guys about it. But yeah, I just wanted to do something, as I probably already said earlier, so that you guys had something to watch instead of me just talking about myself. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So obviously, if you're here, you probably know that my name is Jackie. I am 23 years old. I'll be turning 24 on December 14th. And I am originally from Michigan, so if you think that I have like a specific accent, that's probably what you're hearing. I hear that all the time, especially now that I've moved west, that I have like a very strong Midwestern accent. And that's because I say my A's really long, like accent. And I've lived in Michigan for majority of my life. So I lived there, I was born there, went to college there, I went to Michigan State University, and then I moved to California in July of 2017. So I've been in the LA area for just like a little bit over a year now. I moved out here with my long-term boyfriend, Brendan. We've been dating for a little bit over like 8 years, I think. Honestly, I've like lost track, but yes, we are very long-term. Don't ask me about like marriage questions. I think we're really young and we don't really like think about that stuff yet, but I do see myself being with him for the foreseeable future. I'm looking that way because I have kind of like an outline of what I want to touch with you guys, and then I'll probably go on tangents and stuff. But yeah, so I moved out here about a year ago. I used to live in downtown LA, which you guys have probably, or maybe not, but if you haven't, you can check out my downtown LA apartment tour. I no longer live there. It was super fun to live there. Yeah, a lot of people from this area will kind of be like, oh my God, you live downtown, like, don't you think that's like super sketch? And honestly, I felt like pretty safe being there. Of course, there's always gonna be some like weirdo people walking around, and I don't mean to like offend anybody by saying weirdo, but just like some people that you have to just be more aware about your surroundings around. So I think that that's like true of like any scenario though. Like even where I live now, I feel very, very safe, and it is a very safe area. But still, like walking around outside, I just like, you know, I just am aware of my surroundings. And if you are walking around outside, no matter who you are, you should be aware. That's just like how it should be. So no, when I lived downtown, I really liked it. There's a lot of like history and culture down there, and a lot of the really good food in LA is in downtown, specifically in the arts district. So living downtown was really cool. It was super convenient because there was a while where I had to go into the office for work, and my office is downtown, so like walking to work was literally the best thing ever, because some of my other coworkers had to drive, and that is just like sounds awful. So yeah, so it was good timing for me to live down there. I thought it was really great for like just moving to LA, especially because it's kind of central to a lot of things. Like it's like 45 minutes an hour up to like Malibu or like Ventura County, and then it's about the same, like, well, a little bit over an hour to go down to like Orange County if I wanted to. So to me, I feel like that's a doable drive. Now where I live, I'm a little bit further south, so I live in the South Bay now. And so going up to like downtown or like even north of downtown is a little bit more of a trek, but it's just a trade-off that you get for wanting to be by the beach and living in a more like open area. It's not as populated. I mean, there's always traffic everywhere, but that's just LA in general. So what did I just talk about forever? And so I talked about where I lived. I wanted to move to LA because the weather obviously is so much better than it is in Michigan. Like I would say Michigan is really pretty in the fall, and in the summer it's amazing. It gets really humid, but I mean, I don't really mind that. But the winters are just like seriously unbearable. Like I lived there for 22 years, and the last time I went back, I was like, how did I live here for 22 years? Like, it was seriously awful. Like, my limbs, like, meaning my, like, arms and legs were literally never warm for, like, the week that I was there. It was so cold, and it's, like, really nice around Christmas to have snow and stuff, but then, like, when Christmas is over, you're, like, literally the next day, you're like, okay, this snow can leave, and it can be, like, a little bit less what's like the word I'm looking for when you go outside and it's just like frigid, I guess. It is just so cold. It's insane. So I mainly wanted to move for that reason, and I've always just been attracted to like the beach. When we took vacations when we were younger, every vacation that we took that was like in warmer climate or near like the ocean, I just like immediately fell in love with that place. And so I thought LA was a great place for me to move. Because of the weather, and then also because of the culture. It just like aligns better with my personal interests. So like in Michigan, there are a lot of like up and coming areas where there are more like young people, and where there's more young people, I feel like there's just more there's like an increase in in resources for like certain interests. I don't know if this is making any sense, but like things that I really like to learn about and like to like participate in, like especially in the wellness industry, is huge in LA, right? So I would say like the main hubs would be like Brooklyn and then like West LA. So like I felt like, especially because like at the time I was super into fitness, that moving to LA I would meet people that are like more like me, or just be surrounded by a culture that really embraces fitness. Whereas like in Michigan, there are like small communities that are like that, but like majority of the like the macro environment is not really focused on like healthy living. That doesn't mean that I don't think that it's going in that direction, but just right now my feeling with that is just that it just needs a lot more improvement still. And I think in the future I would love to be a part of that movement and like bring wellness to like Detroit area. But yeah, that's in the future. Right now, I feel like I would just like to soak it all in because LA already has a lot of established businesses that do that and have a lot of resources for that. So like an example is I'm like really focusing on my health, and when I say health, I mean like holistic wellness. So not just fitness and like mental health and physical health, but like everything. So it encompasses all of that as well as spiritual health. And there are a lot more resources in LA that allow me to focus on my physical health in a functional or like integrative way or natural way, whereas like in Michigan most of my options are like Western medicine, so that's like going to a traditional MD, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to explore different avenues and try to heal myself in a natural way, and I didn't really want to take prescription drugs anymore because I feel like that could have caused some of my like health issues, I guess. So yeah, so that is like the main two reasons why I moved to LA would be because of the weather and because there are just like a lot more resources out here for the things that I'm interested in, which is like specifically the wellness industry. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to talk about. So for me, I just gave you kind of a glimpse into like the things I'm interested in, which is the wellness industry. And I think for me, wellness includes like fitness, so your physical wellness, emotional wellness, mental wellness, spiritual wellness. Am I forgetting anything? No? But I would say like what sparked my interest mostly would be like definitely fitness. So I don't know if like I'll ever make a separate video about my fitness journey or anything, because now I don't really like to identify myself with just fitness. But I became like really into fitness after like around my freshman year of college. I started doing like tone it up like Katrina workouts in my dorm room, and I won't lie, at first it definitely sparked from a little bit of weight gain my freshman year. It wasn't quite the freshman 15, but it was still shocking how much weight I gained my first semester. And so I started to do like workouts in my dorm room because, you know, I wasn't like really comfortable with going to the gym yet. And one, I didn't really want to pay for a gym membership because Michigan State makes their students pay for a gym membership, which is ridiculous seeing how much we pay in tuition. But that's besides the point. So I would just work out in my dorm room, and then my dorm actually ended up getting a gym in the basement. They built it new. So when I was a freshman, I lived in a dorm that was majority athletes. I don't know how we got put in there, but me and my roommate, who were both non-athletes, were put in that dorm. And because our dorm was like for athletes, they built this like gym in the basement. And I would say it was like probably like a couple thousand square feet. Like it wasn't a big gym or anything. And you know, the athletes already have their own gym to work out in and stuff, but I think they just wanted one where it was like more accessible, like literally right where they live. And since they built it in the middle of the year, they let the residents of that dorm go to the gym for free for like the rest of the semester. And so I started to go there after I got more comfortable with like the movements and stuff, after I was doing it in my dorm for basically a whole semester. And then when I went home for the summer, I joined the gym in my like hometown and started to work out there. So anyways, I started really getting into like weightlifting and weight training. And I still, to this day, think that that's my preferred method of working out. I just think there's something really meditative about like getting in the zone and like doing reps and sets on one thing and then moving to something else. Like classes have never really been on my alley. I know tons of people that love taking like bar, or like F45 is a big thing here. Or just like, you know, those like high intensity classes, or even like yoga, Pilates, things that are a little bit more passive. Like a lot of people really enjoy those things, and I think I'm trying to like incorporate some of that into my routine now. But I would say primarily I just like doing workouts on my own, because that's just, I don't know, I like to get in the zone and kind of like, to me that's like my meditation. I know like that sounds weird, but meditating doesn't necessarily mean sitting there and thinking about nothing. It could just be when you are like with yourself and being mindful and in the moment. And that's how I am when I am lifting weights. Like I literally don't think about anything besides the movement that I'm doing in the moment. So yeah, so that's why I like lifting weights. I am going to make like a series about my health and everything. So you have to stay tuned to that to get a little bit more detail on like my workout routine and that sort of stuff. But that's just like the main thing that really sparked my interest in wellness is fitness. And then because of some issues in my health, which I will get into in that series, I've been seeking different ways for healing. And besides fitness and like eating nutritiously dense food, I have been getting into like intuitive healing. So I am a certified Reiki. I would not say that I'm necessarily comfortable practicing on other people, although I'm certified to, because I don't keep up with my skills like I should. But I am like into that type of healing, and along with that, I feel like you also get kind of caught up in like the spiritual, like metaphysical side of things that I like absolutely love. Like one of the things that I find so much interest in is crystals and like healing crystals. I love collecting different crystals, and they just are so, I don't know, to me, I just like am so attracted to things like that. And I kind of like go off of my intuition that way now. If I feel like really attracted to something, I try to pursue that, obviously in like a healthy way. But you know, if I'm in like a shop, one of those like metaphysical shops, and I see like a crystal that I just like cannot take my eyes off, that I feel like I need to have that in the moment. And then usually if I look up the meaning of that crystal, it does have something to do, their like healing properties have something to do with something that I'm going through right now in my life, or something that I would like to pursue, you know, things like that. So I don't know if that makes sense or if people are even interested in those things. But like I said, I'm going to make a series about my wellness journey, which will document all of the different aspects of wellness that I focus on. So that will be in, that will also be in that series. I'm trying to think what else you would like want to know about me, but I would say that I am just like super interested in getting back on YouTube. And I felt like when I did it the first time, I was really just plunging into it. I thought about it for literally years to start a YouTube channel, and I never did it. And then, you know, all of these like entrepreneurial people like just pull the trigger. Like you don't need to wait until everything's perfect. Like just put it up there and get it out there. And so I kind of did that. But then taking a step back, I feel like I didn't like take the time to introduce myself to you guys and have you guys like get to know me. That way we can really connect on a deeper level than just you watching my videos. Plus, like, why would you want to watch my videos if like you didn't even know who I was / were like interested in who I am? And then like we can have like deeper conversations in the comments. And now that you know like things that I'm interested in, if you're interested in those things, I would like love to discuss and in the comments. And I would love to just like treat you guys as my friends. Talking to a camera can be a little bit trippy, like especially because I'm not like used to this, but you know, when that translates into you guys leaving comments or like engaging and stuff, then I truly think that it would be like literally just like talking to a friend. But yeah, so I'm almost done with my makeup. I really like don't do that much, as you can see. And I don't even know like how the quality is, but hopefully you can like see what I'm doing. But yeah, let's see, what else? Okay, so my family, I grew up with my mom, and I have an older brother that is 4 years older than me. And then obviously I have a dad because that's how I exist, but unfortunately my dad passed away when I was really young. That can be like a separate story. I don't really want to get into that too deep, but my family is extremely, extremely close. I think it has to do with my mom, you know, just being a single mom, and she is like not from the US, as in like she wasn't born here. And when my dad passed away, she wasn't working or anything. Like she moved to the US because my dad went to school in the US for his master's and his PhD. And then my mom moved here to like be with my dad. And then he got a job after he got his PhD, and then passed away very shortly after that. So that left my mom with my brother, who is was 4 or 6 and I was 2, in a country where she like didn't speak the language that well and didn't have a job, wasn't really planning on getting a job. Like, if my dad was still alive, my mom would like not be working. Like, that's just, I mean, well, if she did, it would be like, not like how she works now as like a full-time job. In my opinion, I don't know. I should ask her that actually, what she thinks. But yeah, that's just like, and to me, that's like so heartbreaking when I think about that, and it makes me really emotional because my mom is my best friend, and I think about how much she like sacrificed for us. And my brother and I were so young, you know, we didn't really understand like what that meant. That, you know, I mean, I'm sure we were like very sad that, and we knew that, you know, my dad wasn't coming back after he passed away, but I don't think we really understood the type of like the hardships my mom had to go through to keep my brother safe, provided us with everything that we needed, and even beyond what we needed, she always gave us what we wanted, took us on vacations, like things like that. Like, I feel like I had to have taken it for granted when I was younger. You just don't understand that type of stuff, you know, when you're young. Like, I would say like we weren't bad children, like we weren't brats and we weren't ungrateful, but we definitely did not understand the extent that my mom had to, like what my mom had to do to provide for us. And I'm gonna stop talking about that now before I get too emotional. But basically, what I wanted to say by sharing that is that my mom is my best friend, and now it's kind of sad because I live in California, my brother lives in New York, and my mom is still in Michigan. But she's like surrounded by a ton of friends and is always, you know, has a great support system, but still, you know, it is sad being away from her. So I can't wait to go home for Christmas and spend some time with her and my brother. But yeah, that's our family. We are very, very, very close. I would say that I'm pretty close with my brother too. Like we can talk about anything. I feel like my brother and I have like literally the same sense of humor. It's actually kind of like annoying. We went on a family trip to Taiwan in September, and like all of our relatives in Taiwan obviously speak Mandarin. So like my brother and I can speak pretty much like fluently. So we would speak to them in Mandarin, but if it was just me and my brother, we would talk in English, and we would literally just be cracking up, and like nobody else would be laughing. And my mom would like be like rolling her eyes at us, and I'd be like, Mom, don't you think we're funny? And she's like, I don't understand the things that you guys laugh at. And I almost feel like it's not even just my mom, it'd be like majority of people don't understand what we laugh at because we're like just so annoying. Like, I don't know, I seriously don't laugh as, like only a few of my friends can make me laugh as hard as my brother does. So yeah, that's my family dynamic. I come from a very loving family. I couldn't ask for anything better, honestly. Like, my mom is great, my brother is great, and we have like a group chat, and we're very communicative even though we live all over the country. Okay, so my camera shut off because it was overheating, so I feel like that's a sign that this video is coming to an end. So the only thing I did that you guys didn't see on camera was set my face with a mist. But thank you so much for sitting here with me and getting to know me. I'm sure I was all over the place because I did have an outline, but then I didn't follow it. So please let me know if you have any questions down below. Again, I am just so happy to be back and doing it in a way that I think that you guys can really get to know me and actually have deeper conversations. So please leave me comments in the comments section to see what type of videos you would like to see from me, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.